Welcome back to another 2Lainalysis. Today we got a 3v3 and we're not even playing Baka. We're just already breaking all the rules. I just kind of made up a build here on the spot. I didn't have a pre-made Iva build, so I definitely want Blast Shield because they have 2 melees. Then I made kind of an oil build slash please don't hurt me Rook. I do not want the face beats, but that's all I really got to say about the build, so let's go. Match starts with everybody throwing stuff at each other. It all misses. And then Shifu javelins in and gets a pretty clutch counter. Probably should have known he was going to do something when he javelins into 3 people, but his counter didn't activate until my bullets were already out of the gun, so what are you going to do? Then Rook spaces into me and then immediately right clicks afterwards, so the only defensive he has left is counter, so I know he's going to use it, so I don't attack into that because that would be bad. Then Shifu comes out of Xander's portal right beside me, and I'm like, I don't like this. I try to get him off with my shield knockback battle, right, but he just so happened to javelin and be mid iframe when I try to do that. Luckily, Rook's boulder pushed me away. Then we're kind of in a bad spot because we're all off to the side and they can just take the orb for free while Rook smash. Then I get the brilliant idea to slowly walk up to the enemy, shoot, and do nothing, and then be like, oh, that was stupid, and walk back to my team. Hit another Shifu counter like a dummy, then he immediately spaces. Now he has no defensives, but he's all the way over there, and there's lots of stuff happening in between, so I can't really get to him. Then Rook comes out of a Xander portal, which makes our Xander panic a bunny away when the Rook wasn't even looking in our direction. He's walking back to the center so his team can control the orb like they're already doing. I decided to do a risky space and EXE the Rook and then blast shield and walk back to where I was, so that accomplished pretty much nothing. Then we're just playing in a zoo. Look at all these sheep. Both Xander's ult, and I'm just like, it's too much for me, I'm out. I'm just gonna 1v1 the Shifu, and by 1v1 I'm gonna run away from him and hope he doesn't kill me. There's some good stuff later, I swear, but this is pretty terrible. Gonna get some energy orbs when I already have full energy, then I'm gonna EXE Shifu's counter, and then I'm gonna try steal the orb, except it's gonna be late. Great. So we're all separated, and I'm like, I should probably get back to my team, maybe Xander will heal me. And then he heals me, and I'm like, woo! Then Rook flies headfirst into a timed AF bulwark and gets incapped by me. Then Shifu javelins onto me and I decide to say, screw this, I'm gonna go fight Xander. I oil him and then I start flamethrowing him, get a couple damages. Shifu's still on my butt, so I blast him away and he thinks he's still close, so he already mashed R, so he misses. I stun Rook, then we start laying in Shifu, then he counters, and then Bako hits it. Then I steal the orb while hitting Shifu, and then Xander hits, and then what? Shifu goes from 66 to 40 to 12 to dead in like 1 second.
That's a lot of damage.
It's not that much damage, really.
So somehow, now it's 2v3. We're actually coming back from this. But Bako's actually getting pretty low. I see Rook coming in from the bottom, think he's gonna try something slick. I see him start his charge and decide I'm gonna rocket where he ends up, and boom, it worked. Then Bako bulwarks M2 and I accidentally walk into the Xander portal. Rook counters at nothing and I know this is the time. See, Rook has 3 main ways to get out of harm. You can either space and fly away from your enemies, you can counter and become invincible if they hit you, or you can right click and stay invincible as long as you're in the air. This Rook has just used all 3 of these. He tried to knock me away, but it's all in vain. Now it's 3v1 and we just have to get rid of Xander's 5 million escapes. We probably shouldn't have won that, but I think we did a fairly good job regrouping when we were starting to get too wrecked. Second round starts with our Bako immediately getting sheeped and then no one follows up on it. Shifu tries, but he misses his javelin. Rook fakes me out with space into jumping into the enemy team, and then I shield for no reason because I'm scared, I think? I don't know. I think the moral of this game is don't use cooldowns for no reason because I keep doing that. We end up getting some bursts on Rook, but then I hit his counter like an idiot and space away. I switch to Xander because he's the closest, but then I just waste my 50 energy flamethrower because he portals away. And then Shifu is just dead. I don't know. I hit him a couple times. Bako and Xander just diddled him. I see Rook trying to take orb, so I EXE him. I guess he wasn't paying attention at all because he probably had counter, and boom, steal that orb. He's probably pretty mad. Xander portals him away before he can get even more wrecked, and I'm like, nah, I want that booty. But I'm kind of scared because it's also Rook, so I try to get him with my EXE. Whoa, 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 hold up. Okay, look at my aiming reticule and look where the thing actually goes. That's my great internet at work right there. Oh well, Rook's dead Zoe anyway, and it's back to Xander and the chase of 1,000 knights because he's almost at full HP. Psych, I get him with the EXE into a Bako ult rocket. There's no escaping this. Except for when he escapes from this. He really likes dying in that corner. Okay, third round. Again, Bako starts off immediately getting sheeped, and then everyone runs on not Bako. Both their melees end up going really hard right here, but they left their Xander behind, kind of making this a 3v2 so we can win this trade. Like any good wood tier game, none of us are paying any attention to the middle except for when Rook finally decides, hey, there's an orb, and he gets it. And then I just decide to... Yes. I get my oil all over Xander and try to flamethrow and realize I don't have enough energy for it. Hashtag whoops. Shifu counters at nothing, I shield at nothing, and then I just kind of roll my face on the keyboard, and so does Shifu. I get hit by Shifu's R report for AFK, but then Shifu hits Bulwark. Uh-oh, he's stunned. Then he gets Rocket, then he gets a Bako ult, and once again, he's just burst once more. We get a free orb. I see Rook right-click, and then I'm like, I guess this is it. I'm using my ult. I didn't see him use counter recently, so I don't know how I knew that he didn't have it. Oh, there it is. Let me hit it. I'm just kind of staying around middle. There's Xander with his 1,000,000 escapes. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Just waiting for the orb to come up so I can take it. Psych, not really. I'm just going to fly away and hit Rook's counter some more. That's my favorite thing to do in battle, right? What's your favorite thing to do? Mine's hit Rook's counter. We corner Xander as much as you can do that. And then Rook decides he's going to come in. Our Bako's almost dead. But then in comes the Bako ult. Oh! Oh! Prime Xander play right here. Bako's ulting in, but he's gonna whiff his final stomp. So Xander makes a portal as Bako's coming down. And then Bako appears on top of both of them, doing the damage and the stun. What a play! Then we actually don't kill Xander last this time. Wowee! Then Rook tries to run, but Bako steps on his run. And then Xander murders a sheep. The end. Please think about using your abilities and don't play like anyone in this game. Especially me. I don't know what was going on. Not thinking. Thinking was definitely not going on. Okay, I'm done with this later.